like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave me a comment. Without further ado...
Hey kids, it's Hyperdellic. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Marvel Legends, Cable. Now, he's not billed as the X-Men 97 line. I kind of thought he was going to be, and I mean, real quick, he has pins, so I'm going to assume that this is an older model, but a little bit revamped. Don't know. It is from the Zabu Build-A-Figure line, wave. I didn't really have any interest in pretty much any of them. I do want, I don't even remember his name, that's how little I'm interested in him. Icarus? Yeah, I like Icarus. I had thought about getting Khazar, just because, you know, I could turn him into a Hasbro version of He-Man. She's cool, Wolfsbane, but I know nothing about her, so I wasn't like excited. I know a lot of people were, and I may just pick her up just to review that figure because she's a female figure. I love reviewing female figures because I don't think that some of the female figures out there get enough cred, and I have pretty much all women in my life, so I kind of have to like represent for the ladies. Oh, and if you didn't notice, I wounded myself this previous weekend camping. Don't grab a hot pot or its handle, even if you have gloves on. If it was just on fire, I learned that lesson the hard way. Home Arcade, Mr. Home Arcade, I did tune into your stuff. I tried. I told you I was on an unsecure Wi-Fi connection just for you because I wanted to see you beat up the collector. This is proof. All right, Cable. Cable travels back through time from a dystopian future to help the X-Men as an enhanced telekinetic mutant. Cable voyage dans el passé, something blah blah blah. I don't know. Can't speak French. I'm not even sure if that is French. But okay, let's take a look at the side of the box. Excellent Hasbro art. The other side is pretty much the same thing. There's your top of the box. There's the info at the bottom. There's all that info at the bottom. There's your Build-A-Figure, you know, folks. Okay, let's do this. Okay, and here's Cable. So, he is kind of awesome. I mean, I'm not going to gush over him. I don't think he's my favorite. I needed to have Cable in the collection because he's Cable. I needed to, you know, I mean, and he was pretty well in the X-Men 97 series thus far. So I'm pretty happy to have him in my collection. When we were just looking at the box a little bit ago, I had said that there were pins, but there's only one spot that has pins on him. That's there. We're gonna take a look more at that weirdness when we zoom in. But for right now, we're gonna talk about his accessories, and I'm gonna turn him. I'm gonna put him on the turntable so you guys can see him all the way around. The one of the first things he comes with is one of Zaba's legs, or whatever. Or what's his name? What is it? It's Zabu. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that actual character. I just like that it's kind of cool. I don't need that character, so therefore I'm probably not going to collect the entire wave. But I would like to get the one guy. I mean, I already said it. What's his name? Khazar. I'll have to look him up in the comics and see what I can find on him. But I like some of the He-Man customs that I've seen with him. He kind of looks really good as a He-Man guy, like done up as He-Man. I might seek him out. I might. I don't know yet. But yeah, you get a leg. He also comes with some second set of hands. He's got some pew-pew hands, right? Look at that. So, and then we also get 2 guns, because what's Cable without his guns, right? And you know what? Right now, before I do anything else, I'm just going to swap them out and put the guns in his hands. And then we'll take a closer look at all his splendid glory. It's not playing super nice, but I got it. Sometimes you got to struggle with these, you know, to get the finger in the trigger spot. Dude. Okay. Just because you got to see him with the guns. Don't worry, I'll pose him out. I'll do a couple of action shots with him so you can see what he looks like in different, you know, poses. But bro, this is a cool figure. Again, I'm not going to gush and act like he's my favorite. He's not my favorite, but I think he's got some fantastic things going on. And you know what? Now that we've taken a look at all the accessories, let's zoom in. That's a pretty outstanding face sculpt. He's got a little bit of, you know, 2-day beard going. He's got the scars across the one eye, and then he's got the blast coming out of the other eye. The blast doesn't come out. It's fairly firmly glued in there. I'm not gonna put full force in there. I'm not trying to break it, but giving a couple of tugs on that, I'm not gonna kill it. Now, my cable has a couple of QC issues here. As you can see, the hair doesn't seem to be completely in the right place. I don't know if I'm gonna try and fix that or not. If I do, I'll do a live video for it or something like that while I'm fixing it. But I think I'm just gonna leave him be. I don't think I'm gonna mess with him too much. But for what this head sculpt is, it's pretty good. I mean, like that's some cool, you know, cool detail going on. You know, the wrinkles in his face and the raised, you know, scar and everything like that. Even the 2-day beard, even though it's printed on, and like it seems like whenever they have printed on stuff, it always comes off shiny looking. You know, it looks sweaty. So he does have a little bit of that like sweaty chin thing going on. And like if you can see on the video, there's like a little bit of shine to like the wrinkles and stuff like that. In the camera, that's showing up, but to my naked eye, he looks very well matted, and there isn't a lot of shine just when you're looking at him. So I honestly believe that is a trick of the camera, and he's not as shiny as he appears in this video. We're gonna move on down, and he has an ab crunch, and the straps break so that he can do that ab crunch, and the straps go, it looks like, all the way around. That's interesting. That's an interesting setup that they've done there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. He twists at the waist, and the belt hides most of that so that you can't see all the ugliness of that. This. All right. You can pull that belt down, hide a little bit of that. You could probably even turn it inside. Yeah, that's not bad. You can turn it inside. The leg guards, or whatever, his leg straps, are a separate piece. The knee pads appear to be a separate yellow piece, and then they're glued onto this knee. And then this is painted, and then there's a boot cut. He does have like a thigh cut, and the feet articulate pretty good. Can he kick butt? Almost. He can almost kick his own butt. Well, he can kick the middle of his back. So here's the interesting detail that I'm like, why? we got this pinned joint, and I'm going to say this is a very bendable and giveable joint. Okay, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed with that arm, because then we move over here and there isn't a pin to be found. Why was this achievable but this one wasn't? What? I don't even get it, because there's no pins on the knees or anything. There's 2 pins, and it almost seems like they should have done better. I mean, are things that tough, Hasbro? You got to cut corners like that? Seriously? I mean, this is a brand new figure, isn't it? Let's pose him out and see how he looks in some of his more various stances. And we're back. I'm not gonna lie. Cable is kind of, what's the best way to put it? Like when posing him, he's mushy. I think that's the only word I can think of that comes to mind, is he's mushy. Does he look awesome? Yeah. No, they did a good job appearance-wise. He looks fantastic. Play-wise, he's garbage. I would not give this to a kid to play around with. I don't trust that arm. That arm is really wobbly and mushy and loose. I I feel like it bends all over the place. I mean, he's kind of an example of when people try to say that Hasbro has rubbery joints. They're not made out of rubber. It is PVC all the way through. It's just some parts are softer PVC, some parts are harder PVC. It's all a part of how they process it and stuff like that. It works that way. But I don't think I like it as far as like, is there playability to him? No, I wouldn't bring him around with me anywhere. I would feel worried that his joints are going to get loose and that arm with the pegs is just going to, I don't know, fall apart or break at some point. Like I said, the head, there was some QC issue right there too. Like the hair is not in the right place. It needs to be pulled off and stretched on a little bit tighter to fit the spots that are meant to be covered with hair. I don't know if that even makes sense. Did I word that well? I feel like he's making me feel like I had a stroke, you know? Like I can't use words properly. Like it's hard to put my finger on it. I like his detail. I think that he's an excellent figure. And if you are an X-Men 97, I mean, I consider him a must. Hopefully your quality concerns with the hair will be better. But the truth is, like, is he a 10? No, he ain't a 10. But you know what? On my scale, it's kind of hard to get a 10. Even though I gush about figures, I still will tell you, like, honestly, like, a lot of the ones that I say I love the heck out of, they're not necessarily 10s. He's not a 10. I would maybe say he's a 7 or 8, maybe a 7.5, somewhere in between. I want to give him at least that half an extra point, just because I love Cable as a character. I don't know, it got a little mushy in the X-Men 97 series, but I'm not gonna. I don't like throwing out spoilers in there. But it was a little like, dude, oh jeez. Cable. What? Tell everybody what we need from them. Over here, you should subscribe and turn on notifications. And then like the video. Otherwise, I'm going to go back in time, kill your grandparents before they ever had your parents. Because, right, Cable's always screwing around with time. Like, he shouldn't be. You don't mess around with time like that, brother. You're going to mess somebody up. You're going to turn somebody into lizard people one day or something. You got to stop. It's not cool. And for any of you who are thinking about becoming time travelers, don't, man. Don't, okay? Things are okay the way that they are. Hitler died eventually. You know, he took himself out, right? You don't have to go back and kill him when he was a baby. That's not cool, man. Killing babies ain't right. There I go, getting this video demonetized. All right, guys. I would definitely recommend him. Do I think he's a perfect figure? No. Expect to be a little disappointed. But also expect that, like, he's a great addition to your X-Men line. I think that if you're a big Cable fan, you're not going to be too disappointed. He is not the perfect figure, but he is very nicely detailed. He fits in great with the X-Men cartoon line. He's not so overly detailed that he wouldn't fit in with them. And I mean, you know, he's got a nice butt. No, he's overall he's a great looking figure. Like I said, a solid 7.5 to 8, somewhere in that line. All right, so thank you guys for checking out this review. Thanks for paying some attention to Cable, and I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, I love you all, and I hope that you all have plenty of time for your own play, because you need to play. You need to play lots. You need to play hard. All right, guys, have a great one. Take it easy. Peace out.